Hi, this is Sam Amers here, Product Manager of the Eaton Surge Protection team. Here to talk about surge protection and why it's important to have it in your systems. Surge, it can be categorized in two things. So we've got impulse surges, which are fast, high durations of change in voltage. So that's typically anywhere between 5 to 50 nanoseconds, something that you'd equate to like lightning strike. And then you've got these impulse ringing transients, so smaller switching of polarity, things that are caused by nonlinear loads, so capacitor switching, LED lighting, things like that. First thing that you think of, you get a lightning strike, you got a surge piece of equipment that's down, so we want to make sure that we have it covered with surge protection there, but you also have these ringing transients that you may not be aware of. As you continue to operate, ramp up motors, use VFDs, use large industrial equipment, you end up putting strain throughout your system. So you get these little ring transients, you start destroying your printed circuit boards without even noticing, and then you lose the lifespan of your piece of equipment. So a piece of panel board that was supposed to hold all your LED lighting, instead those lights can't turn on after a couple months of use. You don't have motors starting up after 2 or 3 years. You start seeing just your equipment degrading over a longer period of time. And then if you do have one of those large impulses, you're susceptible to any piece of equipment being down for a longer period of time as well. First, you start to notice change throughout your system. Either the motor's not performing the way it's supposed to, your VFD keeps shutting off, you get system lockups. So you start to see a lot of different categorized events. NEMA likes to categorize, there's 3 types of events that occur. There's destructive, dissipative, and disruptive. So within those 3, that's when you start to notice. So one would be like the lightning strike. You start seeing things kind of blow up or get charred or burnt. So that's how you know you need surge. Second, dissipative. That's more of the smaller PLCs. You're not seeing your equipment operate properly. Your printed circuit boards are starting to deteriorate. And then your dissipative is more when you get a system lockup. So if you start noticing that you're sending an email or you're trying to send data to production, or manufacturing is trying to review some type of function within your process, and it's just not working properly or just completely locks up, your downtime is typically caused throughout a surge event. We always look at code, so when building any facility or upgrading, going through an inspection, you have to be up to code. So back in 2017, code required surge protection on industrial machinery with safety interlocks. It also required it on fire pumps, wind turbines, so huge increase in requirements. The reason was really just human safety. So using the surge protection, not only are you making your system more safe, but you're also making it more reliable as well. You're not going to have that downtime, you're not going to have the fear of a piece of equipment failing and it might or might not work the next day. You have that sense of reliability that when you have a fire pump installed or when you have something critical to your operation, that it's definitely not going to meet its end of life until the manufacturer's expected date. So we've got several options. First would be our flagship. It's what we call our SPD series. So our SPD series, it goes from 50 to 400 KA. It's a fairly large offering, so we can protect from, let's say, a 100 amp panel all the way up to 3,000, 4,000 amps. You can put it on a switchboard, switchgear, MDP, anything of that nature. And those are more geared towards your service entrance. That's one of our type 1s. And then you go into type 2 with filtering. So our SPD series also has filtering as well. It's just a different feature package. Those are reviewed under UL 1283. So with that, you end up protecting against those small, minute, surges that you were originally getting. Things such as the PLCs locking up, your printed circuit board, electronic rust, things like that. So we've got that type 2, but we also have some smaller applications as well for SPC, CVX, our SP1. They all range from 50K to 100, and then our SPC also goes up to 200, but some smaller offerings there that can also help get you that surge protection and just reduce the effects of what these events can do on your system. We recently, within the past year or so, launched our SPD Aegis DIN rail unit, which is a surge protector that provides a little bit of modularity. So not only can you install this unit on a piece of DIN rail, but if you lose protection on your A phase, B, C, whatever you might have within your system, you could easily identify it with one of its flag indication, pull down on its release strap, and then just pull one of the modules out and replace it. So you don't have to go and reinstall a new surge protector or be worried about taking the downtime to exchange whatever's on the unit. It has finger-safe modules where while the piece of equipment's still active, you can pull out a module, slide it back in, and continue your operation. We offer the Power Expert now. It's a really cool feature because not only can you gauge the status for your MOVs, but you can gauge the status of your system as well. So if you know that during a certain process you've got motor A running at say 1 p.m., motor B goes at 2 p.m. and C goes at 3. As those motors kick on, you can review what types of surges they throw on. So low, medium, high, you can review what's going on there and kind of identify and do your own case study to figure out what motor is really going bad and how you can reduce that from occurring in your system or replace the motor before it does fail and reduce production. We're one of the safer surge protectors out there, so we use TPMOVs, which are thermally protected metal oxide varistors. Old surge protectors and some recent as well use metal oxide varistors, which are a good way of mitigating surge, but they end up charring up the panel when they reach the end of life. You end up seeing a little bit of flare up. They get to a state called thermal runaway, which can either become unsafe, or you have to then replace all the breakers in the panel board, or you have to figure out some way of cleaning the surge protector that was supposed to help your system. What we use with the TPMOVs is that when you do get to the end of life, they end up disconnecting themselves, going offline, and you don't even notice it. You just get a change of an indication light from green to red, then that's how you know you need to replace the unit. There's no charring, there's no smoke, there's really it's more of a safe failure instead of actually having to notice that something's going on within your system. So we're safer, and then we offer more visibility. So with that Power Expert feature, most of our competitors, they're not really offering something as specific as ours. They might have power quality meters, or they might have surge counters, but they don't have what we have, which is a better gain and understanding of the types of surge. So that low, medium, high, what location. So we do have it, if you have a 3-phase system, it's not just you have a surge, but you have a surge on your A, B, C phase. You can, see that. And then we also bundle it with that filtering as well. So we give you visibility, we give you UL 1283 filtering, so we end up covering every range of surge that you could get. So this was a brief overview of surge protection and what products Eaton has to offer. For any additional questions, please contact your local ErieTec representative.